Hey everybody, I'm Chris Matthieu from RealSense team, and I have a new friend with me on the line, Changhung Lee from AVerMedia. Hey Changhung, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. I'm
Well,
Changhong.
welcome to the podcast. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Uh, I'm leading a team developing SenseEdge Kit in AVerMedia. So our team focusing on HAI and vision system integration.
And what's cool about that is we've been working together for a little while to joint release this cool new product called SenseEdge Development Kit, right?
Yes, and we're going to develop this kit because we see a problem which many of our customers asking for integrate depth cameras. And yeah, although we have a really good depth camera and a powerful HAI platform, but it's still a lot of works to do to integrate them together. So we're launching this SenseEdge Development Kit to minimize the friction for the robotics teams to deploy their product.
Well, I can tell you firsthand, I've done it the old way. I've done it, with an NVIDIA Jetson, upgrading the OS, upgrading the jetpack, installing all the SDKs and drivers and models, and wow, like that's hours and hours of work. And what you've built is just out of the box, plug and play and go, right?
Right. Yeah, we have done a lot of works, including the system integration, the system design, and for the camera bring ups. And we in this development kit, the SDK, BSP, all are already integrated and pre-installed.
And one of the things I really like about the stack, the hardware and the software, is that it supports these RealSense D457s with GMSL FAKRA connectors, like out of the box. So that's becoming the new go-to connectors for robotics. And so tell us a little bit about the hardware side of the development kit.
Right. So in our development kit, it including our NVIDIA Jetson platform. It's based on an AGX Orin and in our GMSL board, which could support up to 8 GMSL cameras. Yeah. So, however, although it only include one camera, D57,
Yep.
D457 in this kit, but yeah, our customer, they can buy more if they really need it. And in this kit, we turn the GMS camera into almost a plug and play setups.
Yeah, that is really impressive because, like we talked earlier, it's hours and hours of configuration of the whole Jetson environment. What's cool about the cameras, if you're using more than one, they automatically time sync together. You could put, like, if you've got an AMR or a legged robot or something, you could put one in front, back, left to right, or even some of the AMRs I see have like 3 in the front, like one forward and then 2 kind of at angles. So they would just plug right into your SenseEdge development kit and go.
Yeah, right. In these years, more and more customers asking us about they want to deploy this kind of camera for robots. So we can see many use cases, such as for outdoor delivering robot and indoor service robot, and some AMRs or even drones. You can see all these kind of combinations.
And I did take a little bit to peruse your software side of this. All on GitHub, you've got a a great, well-documented development kit that goes along with SenseEdge that walks you step by step through, how to update camera firmware if you need to, how to clone the repository, and the demo just looks like it just shoots right up with human detection, depth mapping side by side, like no code. Just there's a great demo that's all just out of the box. Pretty cool.
Yes, we want to minimize the time for our users to develop. Yeah, although we call it a development kit, but it's in a really compact size. You can see in our videos, it's really compact size and ready to deploy. So it's not only a development kit. You can just ready to ship it to the field.
That is so amazing. And you say use cases. We're seeing a lot of robotics use cases, but I'm sure there's a lot of other use cases, because the GMSL, you can do like 50 meters, I believe, on these cables. So I can only imagine all sorts of other use cases besides robotics as well.
Yeah, sure. There are some other use cases, which is you utilize the benefits of GMSL camera, because it's a long cable, so you can install it in the large vehicles or large machine for agriculture. And in the factory, it's also good for industrial machine vision system.
Yeah, lots, like it's your imagination is the limit. I see lots of interesting use cases. So RealSense, why did you choose RealSense cameras?
To be honestly, because our customer asking for it, and it's RealSense camera has trusted quality, or it has built-in computation for the depth map, so it won't occupy the computation power of edge AI platform. Yeah. So also one more thing, 14 years ago, I was also an Intel guy. My summer internship when I was still a student, I work in Intel labs, and I guess some of my coworkers, they are already building this depth camera, maybe just behind me, and it's still a secret project at that time. So I'm really excited to collaborate with RealSense again.
Well, it's
to
a
see how
small
far
world.
the tech, yeah, and after many years, we can see how far this technology grows. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was with RealSense like you, and then in July of 2025, we spun out. So now we're RealSense Incorporated and working with AVerMedia, building cool things like SenseEdge. So yeah, it's a small world. That's cool. Well, what was your experience like integrating with the RealSense cameras? Was it pretty simple, like it sounds, like plug and play? What was your take on that?
Yeah, RealSense camera has a really powerful software stack, your SDKs, and there are also already an ecosystem. The user can integrate the different libraries from third party if they want. And yeah, but when in our integration, we still have some challenges. Yeah, because depth camera, it occupies many. They were sending out many video pipelines. Not only the depth map, there are also RGB imagings, IR infrared images, and IMU sensor data. So yeah, we take some effort on it, and it works really well now.
Yeah, that's a lot to like when you first start interacting with a RealSense camera, that's a lot to take in, just how much sensor data is coming off of
Right.
this thing. because you use the IMUs for things like what's inertial measurement units. You use those for like odometry or like every little acceleration or geopose, gets a tick, and that data is just flying, and the depth map is flying like 60 frames per second on RGB and on depth. So yeah, that's an incredible amount of data that you're managing. And the SDK, when I was looking at the demo, you just made it look all just so easy. Like you solved it all for us developers just to get going, building a product really, really fast with SenseEdge.
Yeah, thanks to your software stack and we got many help from your support team.
Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for using RealSense, and I'm excited. I think I'm going to be getting one of your kits to unbox, so I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to start hacking on it and touch it and play with the demos and stuff. So thank you very much. Any super secret news coming up? What's next? What are you guys doing next?
Well, yeah, that's a really good question. I think that big secret next, which I can tell, is we're going to GTC 2026 in March. In this March, yeah, we are providing our next big demo, which integrate deeper with RealSense, and we will show how the depth camera and integrate into the HAI platform, and how the whole workflow, how do we try to help our the robotics teams to from the development, from the demo to the real product.
Well, that's a good teaser. Yeah, we're gonna have them come find you at GDC to see it all in action, because you shared it with me, and I was just like, I gotta go, I gotta see it. It sounds really, really cool and geeky.
Yeah, come
really
to see us.
Geeky fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Awesome. Well, Changhung, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. And maybe in the future, maybe we'll do a deeper dive and go through more of the hardware and the software and other things that developers can do with the stack. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it sounds great. And this SenseEdge kit will ready for shipping by the end of January. And yeah, I think after that, we'll see more cool applications based on this.
I can't wait. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at GDC. So stay tuned, everybody. Go find us. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me, Chris.